Welcome to episode 21 of our Timberborn 0.7 Whitepaws playthrough, where we are in cycle 24, day 1, pretty much at the end of the day. And before we start, please like and subscribe. Last time out, we've prepped our bed water diversion. That's the word I was looking for. We only need to finish building the floodgate dam before we can get the good water flowing back through all of this place. So let's get that started. It needs mostly logs, some 18 planks, some scrap metal, a lot of tar. We need to make more tar. Is this making tar? No, it is making nitroglycerin. We are making tar over here. How much tar do we actually have? We have nothing. We only have 2.6k of water, and we do need the water to flow this direction. So we do need to hurry up. And let's also produce tar over here. Three tar every hour. We should be able to get this. Oh, we need 78 tar. Oof. It's gonna be a tricky one, I think. Of all the materials, we got lots of sunflower oil. We got quite a bit of that. Sawdust, we have quite a good amount of sawdust. Pine resin, we have 191. It's just, where are you? You are carrying sawdust. Why do you take the long way round? Because I keep forgetting to connect this part back up. And over here, we don't got any close by sawdust. This is producing sawdust. It's pretty much almost the end of the day, and we're just starting to produce some sawdust. Tar. Yes, tar. And this needs to be finished because all of our pumps are over here. Oh, this is bad news. Oh. We got all the materials apart from the logs and the tar. Prioritize this by the haulers. This is already prioritized by the haulers, so they should keep working pretty quick now. 5 hours for 3. Well, basically 5 hours for 6 tar, because we got 2 of these. 6 tar every 5 hours. Gonna be a close one. We still need 65, so that's at least 10, yeah, 11 batches of tar. That's a couple of days. So I hope we have 2.1k of water. We're not using any water to irrigate some land artificially, so we shouldn't waste over there. We are not making any paper. No, so we're not using water for that. We are using water in our food, I believe, somewhere. Is it over here? No, because we are... I don't believe we're making any form of rice balls currently. And we are running out of cabbages, so I will switch this one over to make rice balls. I mean, our storage is pretty full on that, but better to have some emergency food. This batch of lotuses, I think if I plant them now and they grow up, it so depends on whether or not we're getting like a good or bad tide. Build these beavers. 35, 36 tar, 2 logs. Almost there. We're almost in the clear. And then we'll have to wash out these this nasty stuff. And I've been looking to make a bad water diversion over here. Is gonna be tricky because we need to mostly get rid of all of these brambles. We need the dynamite to blow some stuff up, and we need to build up at some places. So if we have a look at our 2 channels and our floodgate dams, they don't really fit in here. We can make them fit, but it's tricky, very tricky. 27 tar. We are luckily producing enough tar. And then when we flush this out, we just close up this floodgate so we don't get any contamination in here. We are planting some lotuses. We don't have anybody in there to grow up some, to plant some trees. This one is making metal all on his own. We got 61 metal. We're not really using a lot of metal currently, but would be nice to have like a little bit of storage. This worker is planting the lotuses, and then we can switch, remove these stairs back again, and then harvest all of these pumpkins. I mean, we do still have a lot of stock. So, oh, 10 more tar. Oh, we went through 1,000 water in just 5, I think 3 days, 4 days. 1,000 water. 5 more tar, come on. Produce. And then, of course, last time out, we have all the blueprints, and we can make pretty much all the materials to make the ENS. This important building that unlocks a lot of things when we get these, like the PhD in robotics, nuclear physics, pilot's license, master's metallurgy, agronomy, and of course the clockwork robotic controllers. But we need 2,000 science to make it. Currently we are at 335. And yes, we got... No, pause. No, wrong button. Yes. Flood out all of that bad water stuff. We did get some in here, unfortunately. But let's unpause these water pumps. This is clean now, so we can just flush it out, flush out the bad stuff. Got plenty of sunflowers. Is there any... We are lacking on cabbages, so if we would to put in a staircase over here. Yes, that does increase our footprint a little bit. So I press in on some weird places. so we can grow just a bit more cabbages. One, two. That's at least a little bit more cabbages, because we are running out of cabbages every time, because we are using it a lot. We use it, I believe, in fried rice. Yes, we use it in a braised cabbage. Still got a stock of braised cabbage, but it is getting a bit low. But I'm very glad that this now works, and this will forever and ever be using good water. And now we need to switch this over to make at least one of these to make brain boosting salts. We've got a lot of rice. This one should be making half fermented sake. These are making kimchi. I think we could do with another fermenter. But I could put in the fermentation barrels, but they don't have housing. They must have a beaver in here working. Whereas the fermentation house, we can just leave it without workers. So we could put it in maybe over here, but then we are closing up some places. So let's keep it over there. To make half fermented sake. Place in some storage. Rice, obtain. What's the recipe? Oh, again, for the half fermented rice and water. Let's put in a plank tank over there for water, obtain. And then let's remove this one, put in a pit tank for the sake. And then we can connect it up with a pot. And maybe we put in a place housing to have, but that's just one hauler. That's two haulers. But let's do it. We need the haulers. It is something that is keeping us back. Let's pick up those berries. Those will need some time. I think these sunflowers, we can trade them, or yeah, let's trade these sunflowers for cabbages. And then we'll just let them harvest those sunflowers and then change them to cabbages. These can harvest the pumpkins. We have a lot of storage for pumpkins. That's a good thing. Let's delete those stairs. Or shouldn't we? Or should we just make more methane so we can make stuff over here? Because we're also gonna need the trading balloons in the future. Where are the balloons? Yeah, the balloon landing pad, it takes a little bit of methane to produce some form of power. need to place these somewhere, and then need scouting balloon, and we need like to trade with the folktales to get the exotic seeds for our tree nursery. Does it? Yeah, but the tree nursery also needs dirt, and for the dirt we need the mechanical drill, which we need clockwork robotic controllers for, and that's built in the ENS, which we can't build because we're not really getting a lot of science in here. We are producing the berries. This is also producing berries when we have sawdust, but we don't seem to have a lot of sawdust nearby, so let's prioritize that. Let's actually pause these because they're not really doing anything. Over here, this one is made. Don't need a beaver in it, we just need it to be prioritized by horse because it can function without beavers. This gives us a couple more spaces for beavers to live, expanding our colony a little bit and having 2 more haulers. Yeah, let's check in over here. Let's plant a couple more cabbages. Water, it is looking good again. Are producing tar. We should actually get like a bit bigger of a storage for tar. Like a medium tank would, as we have a bad tide approaching. Where is a place where we can just stick it in? Well, these are empty. I don't really block any space up, but right over here will do for now. Let's set it up for... Oh, wait a minute. Tar isn't stored in these. Where is tar? In what building do we store tar then? You expect it to be in a barrel. Basic balm, bad water, pollution resistance factor, sunflower oil, kimchi. We have no storage for any kimchi. Well, we need that anyway. Tar, is it stored? Where do we store tar? But just... It would be logical if it was in a barrel, but it isn't stored in a barrel and it isn't stored in a warehouse. Gas tank, is it stored in the gas tank? Well, tar isn't a tank. It isn't the gas. In a glorious storage? No. I am completely lost. If you got any idea where it actually is stored, leave a comment down below because I can't seem to find it. Or am I going blind? We have 28 tar stored up in just this. Medium tank. No, is it really a small tank? No. This, oh, this is strange. Yes, this is still using sake to make strong alcohol. Is there any form where we have a better recipe to make strong alcohol? 50 chestnut beer to create 10 strong alcohol in 5 hours. Let's look at our fermenter. 15 chestnuts, 50 water to create 60 chestnut beer. Well, technically it's just the same amount of pure juice. It's just 5 more water and 5 less food item. Chestnuts with a bigger storage. We could we or couldn't we use it? I mean, we are producing a lot of rice. And that's a very stable thing, and it uses a little bit less water. And now we need to watch out to get these. Yeah, this is a wasted over here, and now we can't really use any of this. These pumpkins, they will all perish. Should have had more pumpkins in there. Harvest all the pumpkins you can, mates. You don't got a lot of time. This one we need to close up when now. This part not accessible anymore. We really need to either make a bridge over here or just use the platforms. It's looking good. Cabbage is a little bit higher, not that much higher. This is as just that warning light, just because we discussed it when we built this farmer upgrade. They need a red cabbage to plant, otherwise they get a little bit upset, but they will work without that. It's a 8-day bad tide. Any material, we are making coal over here. We are not storing any coal, so we are using it quicker than we can produce it. This is saltpeter is full. Let's switch it over to salt. Saltpeter should maybe give it a nice little storage. Let's put some storage place over here. We're not using this ground anyway. Create this for saltpeter. This is salt. Yeah, 180 for saltpeter and some more for salt is a good thing. Is there anything else we can do today? Losing a lot of cabbages over here. Well, that won't get fixed until we manage to get over here. This one, I think you've cut down all of the trees over here. Same is true for over here, so let's just replace them. Or move them, I should say. 2 of them is enough. And cut down all of these trees. You don't have to cut down these. So we can get in here a path to get close over here, because we're gonna need to do some blasting to get in here. We did harvest a good amount of our pumpkins. Let's reduce our amount of workers in the farmhouse. Science, we're now at 583. We're running low on berries. We got any berries here with... No. At least we got this thing making berries. We just don't have the sawdust to keep producing the berries. Prioritize this by the haulers, maybe that will help. Rice storage is looking good. Might be time to actually upgrade this facility. We've got the platforms. Can't build crappy platforms on top of here. No. Get over here. We can use 1 less. This needs to be a staircase as well. These are already all set up, but they are just paused from being built. We'll be using a lot of our scaffolding for this, but we are still making scaffolding, so that's a good thing. Most of these have died. Yeah, that is unfortunate, but will not be able to change that. Yeah, it's such a shame we can't get to tree nursery. It sucks that it takes dirt to build. All these other things we could relatively easily get, but the dirt is such a shame. Because there is, I believe, no other way than these mechanical drills to get dirt. And we need the clockwork things for that. Also not really producing enough kimchi, I feel, but... No, it is the berries. It is, this time, it is the berries. And this one is just not working. There is water in there. The sawdust. Oh, we ran out of sawdust, that's the issue. Yeah, let's switch you to slow. This one is slow. That's, yes. Brain boosting salts, you're waiting for strong alcohol. You are producing. just chronically short on everything. On the stuff we actually need. Oh, these cabbages also die from the bad water. Oh, that's a shame. This has been sucked completely dry. We have 1.5k of water and we still have 3 days. Ay caramba. Injured, smell, disease, malburn, contaminated. Oh. Well, at this point I think we might as well just stock up on paper. We've got the beavers to produce it. Water I don't think will become an issue. Storage. Oh, this needs the giant log, so we can't use that. Over here we can at least. Is this too deep? No, 1 deep. Can put in another thing of water there. How are we looking over here? And here I think we just need to at least get things visible. So we can at least see what we're doing. Yeah, it is 1 block. Or is it? Yeah, it is 1 block we need to blow down. This solar cells to make more power. For that, we need 12 solar cells for the solar array. I think we can make this. What's the recipe for this? Oh, we need glass. Oh, silicon metal ingots. And I think that's in the foundry. Yes, both of them are. It's becoming a more and more difficult mod to play. Is there anyone over here we can trade for glass? No, of course not. So, that is a waste of time to get that power. We are just slightly overproducing, but not that much. The power wheels. These we can make 350 science. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let's demolish these two for now. And put in this one in its place. 380 waters. Oh, luckily we are in our last day. Paper, have we made any paper actually? No, because we didn't have any sawdust. This one, we're not making any sawdust because our plank storage is completely full. But at least we are Yes, this is producing a great deal of more power. Effectively, maybe not that much, but let's actually open up. It's cleaned out and let's get over there. So we are now at cycle 25, day 1. This is effectively, it doesn't change that much. They said, does it? It should. Is there anywhere we can reasonable access? Yes. We will be removing power from our rudimentary sawmill, but put in a larger water wheel in there. They can reach it. It cost us about 45 HP it was producing over there. So let's take a look how quickly. Oh, also should open this one up because we did run out of water here. Oops. Come on, beavers, finish this up. It's a little bit scattered what we did today, but yeah, we should get more storage for planks. Get it over here. Planks. And oh, this really increased our amount of power. Now we have 500 HP. Don't have enough gravity battery capacity to get through a whole drought. But should be doing fine. What we can do over here, however, I think it's the last little thing we do today. Blow up these with dynamite, and then we can just give this gravity battery. It is the light one still. We could switch over to the normal gravity battery. Holds more power. But yeah. See, now this holds way more power. We are at least at always at a net positive. And then as a last thing today. Can we exit this? Yes. Let's put in one larger power water wheel in there. This one is creating screw press axles. This you're gonna make sawdust. So what we've done today is basically finished this off. Gonna prep over here for the next time. I don't think this cycle I'm gonna bother with growing more lotuses. We've still got plenty of lotus flowers to make our fried rice. We need, however, more cabbage. And we can plant some over here. And then let's check in our water wheel. Yes, it is roughly another 100 HP we've gained over here. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching this episode. I really enjoyed making this, even though it was a bit slower of an episode. I still liked it nonetheless. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly of all, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.